guys, welcome back. Drip and Farm Poor Poverty. I'm your host, Drip Coach, and let's jump right into it. Jumping back into the Animal Farm Telegram. Surprisingly, there's still, quite a few people tapped in, asking questions, things of that nature. I guess they're still waiting for black hole finance. But as I've always said, I'm going to keep you guys abreast to these things and hopefully maybe save one or two from getting wrecked from the lies and the gaslighting that will be coming again in this bull run. And unfortunately, it's going to be hard to avoid because there's going to be so much hype and things going on that nobody's going to be doing their research just like in the last bull run phases, and everybody's just DJing, aping into stuff. But let's go back to Gaslighting Ray again. He's at it with his old games, and then let's look at the stats to see if they actually add up. Because remember, gaslighting is all about basically being fed a lie in such a convincing way that you start to believe it yourself, and you start to question, like, is this truly the way it happened? So Piggy Bank itself is about a year and 8 months old. It came out in May of 2022. So we're not at May 2024 yet, so it's not even 2 years old yet. So that's first issue, is to get the dates right, because you're going to find that there's again some gaslighting on this information. But let's go through this real quick. So there was some chats going back and forth with some people in the Animal Farm. Talking, I think JC Ltd Crypto started this. So Drip Garden and Piggy Banks are miners, they're games, high risk, not investment vehicles. It was always you can win big, but you can lose big too. Pretty much all of us minnows who entered either one and didn't know what we were doing lost. And take it as a lesson and move on. If you're an investor, you should have looked into the dog pound. I lost my train of thought. Had a phone call coming in on Skype. Let's see. Yeah, so Jenna. So this is where we get into the good stuff. So Jenna said, we piggy bankers are wrecked. It has been launched and no promo has ever been done. How are people going to make a profit with a time lock if there's no promo? Good question. And pretty much there is no promo now. So yeah, a year and a half later, rounded up to 2. Yeah, nothing's happening with this. And this is where we get into the lies first off. So Piggy Bank is a 3-year-old, let's say 3-year-old game. So he explains that later. But let's go look at the data just to prove to you guys what's true. So I found this video on my channel, Forex Shark Animal Farm Piggy Bank status 36 hours after launch. Now this is May 14th. However, yes, the original Piggy Bank launched around February and then was like less than a week was live before it was quote unquote exploited. And then it was down all the way until it got relaunched again in May. So this is 36 hours later. So we'll just say it was May 13th or 12th. So this video is January 10th, 2024. Doesn't take a genius to do the math and realize that there is no sort of rounding or any kind of clerical error that could get you to a 3-year-old game. Now, yes, HEX is over 3 years old, and this is quote unquote where Forex copied and improved on a model, but we're going to come to that later. But let's just first, I want to look at the actual data. So it is 1 year and like 8 months, I think, as of right now. So not even 2 years old, and it's been dead for probably the last 8 months, and we already know it's being deprecated probably by the 2-year mark. So it completely shit the bed and did absolutely nothing for the people that played it correctly. But let's continue. How can so many people say they are wrecked if it's a gold game but it's supposed to be old game? If the piggy bank LPs weren't there, the pig's price might now be $4, right? Yes, definitely. The piggy bank is keeping some of the pig's price up. However, as I showed you guys, a lot of people are keeping the pigs in the pig pen. So there is definitely not a lot of people selling pigs compared to who could be selling pigs. But we will see what happens when this relaunches in black hole finance with seats. So Ray explains he meant to write old. Then Jenna says, what does change here are the words. We have all the old statements, the power of the garden with the best elements of HEX. Yeah, these are the lies that Forex told us, that his improvements on the piggy bank was supposed to be sustainable and he's only building things that are long lasting, blah, blah, blah. Don't need to go back into that. But we saw very quickly that the piggy bank wasn't long lasting, wasn't profitable for those that locked up time stakes. And here's where Llama comes in. I put in 7.5K across 4 very time locked stakes and got 2K back out. Now those stakes are worth fuck all and pretty much only compound. Those that didn't time lock and just cleaned up big ROI in a couple of days kind of shit. Yeah, this is what really happened. Same thing again with Drip. So you didn't get in early, or let's rewind. So not the exact same thing. So with Drip, you got in early, and then when we had that big run up, all those people that got in early were basically just draining the contract. In this case, This was people, I don't want to say they were insiders, but definitely people who did not listen to Forex. So it's very interesting that the ones who listened exactly to what Forex said to do didn't shill mercilessly to their community to dump on them, and they time locked their stakes because of all of the compounding benefits that would happen. Those are wrecked, but the ones like this individual said here that didn't time lock and just cleaned up big time. So yeah, that is impressive. I don't know, because they were able to basically get pigs, LPs, break them apart and sell pigs at that high price of pigs, you know, $160. Mind you, pigs are $160 at relaunch, just like that. So this person's still drinking the Kool-Aid that thinks that Forex is, you know, gonna actually bail us out. Sorry, hate to break it to you, but you're delusional. Yeah, no more daily ROIs and no more miners for me. Lost everything every time. Let's see. There were admins here like Del Boy who advised people 1 year ago not to sell the piggy bank bottom. Now Del Boy is nowhere to be seen, and there are new people who say sell what you still can in the piggy bank. Yeah, exactly. So a lot of us drank the Kool-Aid and were saying things like this, and then a lot of people lack the integrity to actually come in here and face the music. Myself, that's why I continue to put out videos. I told you guys I was completely wrong, and I'm not one of you to tell you to sell the bottom, but definitely telling you do not bet on Forex. That's the best advice I can give you. Yeah, I hear you miners suck unless you had a significant amount of the pool going in and didn't time lock. This is why I said the OGs and people that got in early, they had those stakes, and that would have been from the first piggy bank as well as all the way back to the manor farm. So those people, pretty much Forex said in a statement that he quote unquote made Drip to make his friends rich. So Drip got people rich, then they were able to get a large allocation in Manor Farm, and then a large allocation in Animal Farm V1, then a large allocation in V2, and they have continued to get rich off the backs of people like us because we're just now hearing about it, well, back then, and therefore we are the ones providing them with exit liquidity. But let's get to the actual hocus pocus gaslighting. So I think it's here. Yeah, Rock8 jumps in, says time lock was supposed to improve on the HEX model. Yep, we know that was a complete lie. Interesting. Speaking of HEX, how's it doing these days? Rock8 said, I'm not sure. I'm not in it. I just remember the AMA where Forex touted the improvements he made on it so that the piggy bank would be the lock like HEX time locking in rocket fuel. Yeah. So basically Forex hyped up the piggy bank and said how it would sustain. And that's why there were 3-year stakes. Let's take a look at that real quick. I don't have that up yet. So here is one of my stakes that I had, and we can actually get the exact day that it launched. Well, the exact day I got in, which was, like I said, very shortly after launch, because I was following this in real time. Let's go 483 days from today's date. So let's go, let's see, I think it's this one. Yep, subtract days from today, and we're gonna go 483. So that was September 14th. So I even had it earlier than that. So it might have launched and then paused. I don't even remember. But oh, there's 483 days remaining. So hold on one second. That's not correct. So if we add that, that will give us the 3rd year. So there we go, May 7th. So it launched May 7th of 2022. So remember, the longest you could lock was a 3-year stake. There is literal confirmation because this stake is still running. So May 7th, May 8th. And the video I showed you was May 10th. So definitely around the right time frame. This actually is 484 days. So that would be May 8th. And then I said my video was May 10th. So that would have been May 9th in Cambodia. So that lines up. So yeah, we're not at 2 years yet of this being running. So oddly enough, this person asked how things are going. So we can look over at HEX, and you don't have to scroll through this. Let's just do a simple compare and contrast from a impartial site. So we go here to coin market cap, type in Animal Farms pigs. This is the coin from when it started, you know, or showed up. Doesn't get the exact date, but it's literally like a month after it launched. So it's on coin market cap. So it's at 160 and then it's down to 85, but it doesn't matter. You can look at the chart and see what happened. Let's look at HEX. Oh, that's interesting. So HEX launched all the way back in 2019. So it is now 5 years running. Well, call it 4 years because it just made December. 4 years running, and it's up from its launch price. But let's look at what Ray says, ironically. So this was to answer the question of Rock8 and JC Ltd Crypto. Here's what Ray says. Pigs did way better than HEX. Huh, that's interesting. This chart showing HEX compared to Pigs doesn't look that way. Let's see, all-time high and all-time low. Where is that? Is that on this? So all-time high was a 53,275% multiple. All-time high for this one, it's up from the all-time low. 17% is up from the all-time low. That's interesting, but apparently it did better. Okay, don't know. Let's read the next part. And paying up 3% yield. So, okay, it did better because it paid more in an asset that depreciated far more exponentially. So you got more of a crap token, which made it better. But even though the amount of money you put in, by the time you got it out, was worth nothing. Oh, okay. So yeah, it's better to have more of a shit token than more or less than less of a token worth actual value. Okay, I guess that's what Ray means here. That's very interesting. So paying up 3% daily yield, HEX only paid 16% yearly to 30% yearly. Yet, and still, it is 4 years running, and it is still up from the launch price. So would you rather have a token that paid you out a higher percentage and jumped off a freaking cliff and is worth absolutely peanuts, or one that is still up? I don't even know what that is. That's at least 10,000x from its launch price. And okay, this was the bull run for everybody else. So that's not bad. And then we haven't even hit the new bull run cycle and it's still up. So I think I'd much rather have this than this. I don't know, but that's why you have to be careful about gaslighting. So because one paid out more percentage, this is Ray literally lying and gaslighting to you because he's just comparing a percentage number. You can make your own shit token and put it to pay out 10,000% per day, but it doesn't matter because you're not gonna get any of that back in real value. Can't even compare, not even close to how well it performed and paid out versus HEX. So that is complete and utter BS. So again, be careful of Ray. Ray is only in this to literally steal money from you. He will rob a blind man and sell out his grandma if he had to. He's literally just dumped on the community time and time again. And because he's the admin in these groups, you have to be careful because you're going to see him put stuff out and you're like, oh, okay, that's great. But it doesn't take a genius. Just go to CoinMarketCap, type in HEX and type in AFP and you will see the exact same charts I'm seeing, in addition to the lie about it being 3 years old when HEX, it got copied from HEX and HEX launched in 2019. And Forex didn't launch his magical sprinkling over this until literally 2023. So it took him 4 years to come up with something so bullish that it jumped off a cliff in less than a year. Congrats. All right, that's all I got. Smash that HBO special, help a brother out, like, subscribe, comment down below. And until next time, lift daily, achieve your impossible, and watch out for gaslighting. See ya.
Want to pay your in real life bills with crypto? How about send crypto directly to anyone with a bank account? SPRITZ Finance is a decentralized solution to be your own bank and connect your crypto earnings to real world bills and payments. They do not take custody of your assets and allow support on multiple blockchains and Web3 wallets. Sign up below using my referral link and you will get $50 back when you make your first $50 bill payment with crypto. Additionally, I will be using referral bonuses to airdrop, donate, or burn based on community feedback. Sign up now.